Let's see if I can turn on a mic this time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Happy Saturday! I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. Hello, Alex. Let's see who all we have in here. Hello, Terry Lynn. Hello, Christina. Hello, Davissa. Hello, Alex. Hello, Dee. Hello, Deb. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Jennifer. I'm so glad you're back early. I hope you had some fun. And hello, Barb. Hello, Joanna. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, just about 3 seconds of shameless advertisement and plugging. Need more coffee. Good idea. More coffee is always good. As you all know, my husband 3D prints the colored pencil holders. The rainbow one is a special one created only for Christmas. This is still on sale. I still have some left. They are $75. If you want to purchase one, just email me. If you want the email address, just type in exclamation point, email me, and I will get your shipping address and whatnot and send you out an invoice. Also for Christmas, I did put together a bunch of swatch books on request and have those for sale as well. A very large, chunky little book, and they are $49.99, and they are all available to US shipping only. So if you would like to purchase either of these things, just send me an email and I will send them out to you. Okay, that's the end of my shameless plug. So, it's Saturday. So we're going to color. But what are we going to color? Oh, thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Can we get an exclamation point love in the chat for Alex? Or, of course, use your handy dandy emotes if you're a member. The swatch book is printed on 67-pound cardstock. I do have a little blurb in here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, that tells you all about the swatch book. So it is 147 GSM Spring Hill cardstock. And the swatches go everywhere from 24 up to 260. And it also has some really cute little face swatches in there too, so you can swatch your skin tones. So, what should we color today? Are we going to color the nutcrackers? Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. So are we going to color the nutcracker, or are we going to color Santa Claus? What should we color today? And then we have Santa Claus. These, of course, are from Ruth Sanderson, who is our Artist of the Month that we're featuring on the channel. Of course, I have pinned at the top of your screen her YouTube channel, and she does fantastic tutorials on how to color her grayscale. The nutcracker. All right. Then we will be coloring the nutcracker. Nutcrackers. Santa. Alex, you're too late. Alright, so the nutcracker is line art. It does have a little tiny bit of grayscaling in it, but it's not a lot of grayscaling, so. Alright. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here and zoom you out. so you can actually see what we're doing. I have taken off the autocorrect, the autofocus, so hopefully it will show correct coloring. I apologize if it does not. We are, of course, still using the Faber-Castell Polychromos, which is our this week's colored pencil choice, chosen by Alex for her birthday. So how is everyone today? I hope you have all had a... Yeah, apparently everyone wants nutcrackers, yes. I hope you have all had a fantastic week. Let's see. Let's start on this one here in the center, just because he's in the center. I'm going to grab some skin tone paint colors. Let's see if I can get some. I don't think I put any Christmas music on here. Let's see. Nope. Nope, I didn't put the Christmas music on this one. Oh well. Oh, well, that is a good thing, Joanna. I am happy to hear that. That is just never, never fun. It's been a busy week. It has been a very busy week. I've been dealing with the comments and fallout a little bit, but that's all right. Everybody has their opinion. Hello, Katrina. Welcome. All right, so the first one we're going to use here, let's turn on another light here. Hold on a sec. There, that's a little better. Make Alexa do stuff. So this is Light Flesh, which is number 132. It's probably not called that any longer, but I don't know the name of the new one. So I'll just call it what it is. Yeah, kidney infections are no fun at all. Yeah, I've had a couple. But that's okay. You know, like I said, everybody has their opinions, and you know, I've talked to a couple of different people about them and about how they made me feel, and they reminded me that you know, it just doesn't matter. I have been trying to get to people's streams, but I've been just so busy trying to get the house decorations done and eye doctor's appointments and sleep center appointments and appointments for this and appointments for that. And it's like, ugh, I've got to actually remember to call my eye doctor on Monday and cancel my appointment and rearrange it because I've got a special meeting on the day of my appointment. It's okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. All right, so the next one we're going to go in with is cinnamon, and we're going to do the shadow areas. So cinnamon is number 189. They've renamed a bunch of them, and I don't know which ones they've renamed, so I'll try to remember to give you the number as well as the name, because the ones that they have renamed, they haven't changed the number, just the name. This book is The Christmas Magic by Ruth Saunderson. Yes, they are the polychromos, the Faber-Castell polychromos. And I'm just going through and I'm just putting all the shadowy areas in. Now you gotta remember the colors on the faces and the hands, little paddles that they call hands, of these is paint. So you don't have to be exact with your skin tones. You need to be fairly flat with your skin tones because they are just painted on there. However, you are still going to get those shadow areas. Absolutely no problem at all, Katrina. Hello, Mandy. Absolutely no problem at all, Joanna. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the medium flesh, and we're going to go over top of some of the lighter flesh here. And over top of the cinnamon. And just blending that all together. So as I'm layering the different colors on, I'm blending it in with each layer into the previous color. These, with them being an oil-based pencil, most oil-based pencils do require a layering process as you blend colors together, in my opinion. You don't need a heavy hand with them, or you'll end up with odd coloring. Hello, Pamela. Welcome, 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 welcome. And then we're just going to go back over it with the light flesh and just blend it all together. And just thickening that layer and bringing it all together. The paper in this book does seem to like the polychromos. And I am coloring straight in the book. I did not print it off. I have made it a mission this year to color in the book, on the paper in the book. Hello, Louise. Welcome. Now, I put out a poll, um, a a voting poll, not a not a poll. Um, I put out a poll in my community tab on whether or not you guys wanted to see live streams of Christmas baking, and the vote on that was no, that you just wanted to see coloring. So that is what I'm going to be doing on my live streams. I will be doing coloring. I will be putting up a couple of videos that will be uploaded for those that did want to see the Christmas baking, but it won't be live. All right, where did I put my brush? Just dropped my brush. Hey there, Sassy. All right, so there we have his little skin tone. Now we're going to take some gray and we're going to do his little mustache. And take some white and blend it in. So I will be doing some uploads of it, so. Ooh, got visitors coming, Mandy. Sorry, guys, I'm reading chat. Well, the good thing about these books, Jennifer, is most of them have duplications of the copies. So this book here has two separate copies of the pictures. So sorry about that, guys. I swallowed wrong. Oh, so if you do find that you don't like the outcome of the first picture, you have a second picture. All right, Mandy, bye for now. Have fun. Don't do too much cleaning. And enjoy your company. Well, no, if you mess up the first time, then with the second one, I would suggest, scanning it, and printing it, just so you don't have the fright factor. That's the worst thing, is the fright factor. The feeling of, okay, I messed it up the first time, now I'm going to mess it up this time because I don't have another copy. So if you do mess it up the first time, and I have done this several times, if you do mess it up the first time, with the second one, take the copy and photocopy it. Yes. Watercolor in coloring books, I have done it. It's not fun. That looks awfully... Is that really blurry to you guys, or is it just me? I'll wait until you tell me, because it may just be me. I need new glasses, so let me know if it's blurry to you guys or not. Because if it is, I will refocus. Okay, it's not blurry. Good. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Like I said, it may just be me. So I'm going through with Cold Gray 2, which is a fairly light gray because all of the beards and hair and stuff is usually white on these. At least it is on mine, on my little nutcracker. So just going through and doing the tips and those areas that would be shadowed with the gray, just to give it a bit of a coloration. Hey honey, thank you. My lurking moderator. Shyla, go lie down. I cannot get you anything right now. My dog, for some reason, I have my headset on, so she thinks that she gets a cookie. That's not how it works. Alright. So we've done his hair and his face. Let's do his big old hat here. So these are usually black in color. So I'm going to use some dark grays and black for this. So I'm going to tip you forward here just so that, there we go. So you can see the actual hat. So let's start with the lightest gray. Now we want the lightest gray in the center here. So let's start there. Now this is just going to be a base. I will be doing all the little spots with the black. This gray that I'm using is Cold Gray number 5. Like I said, I'm just putting a very light layer down. I'm not using any pressure at all. Doing more of a shading factor here. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top of the hat here because that's going to be a dark color. I can't reach them, so she's gone to ask Dad because he has them. And beautiful sweet girl just bit his finger. And then we're going to go in with the Payne's gray, and we're going to go into that light gray just a little bit on the edge. And then we're going to bring it down to this edge here where it's the darkest area. And we will build that color up. This is just the base. Yeah, Bob did give her a cookie. And then he closed his office door so she can't go in there and ask him for more. He's smart. She's had two now, yeah. And now I'm going in with the black. On the edge. Shiloh, that's enough. If she eats too many of them, she gets bad digestion problems. So now I'm going over the dark gray with the black. And when going over it with the black, it lightens up the black a little bit. Yes, absolutely, I understand. I understand why you close the door, because sometimes you and your friends can be a little bit boisterous. So I'm just going over it, building up that black color. And of course it's going to be lighter where I've put the light gray and the dark gray. Yeah, she is. She does sound like a typewriter puppy when she walks across the floor with the tap, 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 tap. I gotta take her in and get her nails trimmed again. All right, Davissa, drive carefully. Okay. So as you can see, even though I'm going over this with the black, comparative to where I've not put the gray over on this side here, the gray areas are still lighter and showing lighter than where I haven't put any of the gray. But it's still getting darkened. No, she I used to clip her nails. She used to be really good about me clipping her nails. And one day she got frightened while I was clipping her nails. She got startled by something. And when she jumped, she jerked her paw just as I was clipping. And I cut right into the quick really bad. And she refuses to let me do it ever since. She won't even let the vet do it. The vet has to sedate her. So yeah, we don't do her nails. It's not that I'm not brave enough. I have tried it a couple of times, but she's a 100-pound dog. She's a big girl, and she has really big teeth. And now, ever since then, she definitely has no problem showing them to me if I have the nail clippers in hand. Yeah, she got traumatized by it, so She used to be so good. She used to sit down and hand me her paws and let me do them. And just one little spook, and she jumped just as I was clipping down, and the clippers got her. And yeah, she won't let me do them anymore. Yeah, absolutely. If as soon as they get the bad to happen, they don't forget it. And Shyla is a wolf malamute. Her mother was wolf, so she's got the demeanor of the wolf. So I ain't messing with her if she's not happy with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to darken those areas of the hat that shows the fur sticking up, because this is a fur hat. So there's little areas that are going to have those little wiggles. So I'm going to wiggle it just a little bit. And I'm pressing fairly hard for this, just so that it shows through the grays and everything else in the dark color. Like that. Yeah, I didn't have any problems with her until then, but like I said, things happen. So I'm going back through now with the Payne's gray, the darkest gray, and darkening that up a little bit. And then we're going to go through with the cold gray number 5 and darken up that center area. And then we're going to go again with our black and just do the edges up at the top of the hat here. Make sure you get into the little wiggles on the edges here. And just doing the very edge of the hat in the darkest colors, because that's where your shadows are going to be. Yeah, I tried taking her to the groomer once. They looked at her and went, no. And I'm just building up that color with the dark grays and the light gray. Now that I've got the black on there over top of the first layer of the darker gray and the lighter gray, the more we add now, it will still pick up that undertone of the dark black. Hey Wickabella, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. And just going back and forth between those grays. I know, boring. All right, so there's his hat done. Excuse me. I need a sip of my coffee. Oh, that's better. No, stop it. No problem. Oh. Now we're going to use something that we don't use normally in the polychromos, is the metallics. I like them, but they are a pain to use. So I'm using the copper, and it's not showing up very coppery. Maybe I'll use the gold instead. Okay, yeah, I'll use the gold. Just because this is really small. It's just easier just to use the metallic pencil. Alright, and then we're going to use a little bit of this one, which is the medium flesh in between his teeth. Like that. Okay, now on to his clothes. So one of the things that somebody stated that they wanted me to show them how to do is the red felt. Now I have not done red felt in a long time, and I don't know if I'm actually going to get it right, but we're going to make an attempt. So we're going to grab number 126, which is permanent carmine. And I didn't grab far enough back. So what's this one? 219. Okay. Alright, so it's this one here. So 126, which is the permanent carmine. And grab deep red, which is 223, and I think it's this one. No, it's azurine. I think this one here would be good. And the madder, maybe, yeah, the madder. Okay, so we have madder, which is 142. We have permanent carmine, which is 126. And we have deep red, which is 223. And we're going to start with the darkest of colors, which of course is the madder. Now normally you would go, because these are oil-based pencils, you would go from your lightest to your darkest. However, with stuff that is majority dark, I have a tendency to do a tip-to-tip technique where I color to a certain point with a certain color, and then I add the next color and add the next color to the edges of the colors. I call it tip-to-tip. I don't know what it is actually called technically. I don't know. But that's what I call it. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry to hear that, Wicca. That would be very difficult. I don't think I'd survive. So I've sharpened them to a nice sharp point, and I'm getting up under the edges of his hair. Nobody heard that? That did not happen. Yeah, see, we all have our own things we call things. But I do it with the same colors, like if just different shades. So as you can see, I'm coming to the edge of the dark area here. Now because it's got the back side there is his back, now I'm going to go in with the next color, which would be the deep red, and I'm just going to go right into the edge of that color. I'm purposefully leaving some of that white spot because I want it to look like a bit of the felt material. Hurry back, Jen. You didn't hear nothing, Jennifer. You did not hear nothing. Now, if it was a larger area like this area here, I would have used a third color in there. Exactly. Yeah, if you leave them out, she's going to get into them. So this one here, I'm just going to bring it down. Now I'm going to leave an area in the center here open, but I'm going to go around the cords, down the edges of the cords with the darker color, because the cords are going to give a little shadow. So I'm just going through and putting in the shadow. Bringing that into the center area where I'm going to be going over it. So our most shaded areas are going to have the darkest color, which is madder. And then we're going to grab the deep red. We're just going to gently come off of the madder in all directions, heading into the center. So there's two different ways that I color. I either blanket color everything and build the layers up with each different color, or I do it in this manner where I just gradually add your dark, medium, and light colors to get to a point where you want it to be. I don't like that color, so I think I'm going to go with this one. So let's go with the deep scarlet red. That other color has got a little bit too much brown in it, and I don't want any brown in it. Like so. Yeah, that might be a bit too much there, Wicca. Not to mention a job. You know? That's cool, Sassy. Can't wait to see it. Oh dear. No, my dog is actually at her bowl eating her food because she couldn't get any more cookies. Yeah, I'm chewing the end of the pencil. It made it all nice and sharp. Yeah, exactly. So I think you have a lot on your plate as it is, Wicca. How you get any time at all to color that way is beyond me. I'd be going, okay, yeah, no coloring. Yeah, no, don't have the time for that. I know you need to make time for yourself, but you know, sometimes the only coloring I get to do is when I come on here with you guys, so it's just because I get so busy doing other stuff and life happens and yeah, the house still needs to be cleaned and the kids still need to be fed. Unfortunately, they get all mad if you don't feed them. Ah, okay. So I'm doing the same process down here. Just coming off of that dark. Trying to make sure that I leave some of that white spot. I feel when doing felt, white spot is your friend. And of course, you're not on screen. Sorry, guys. I got too concentrated. Blame me all you want. Because I like their books. And if you used my coupon code, you at least got 33% off. So again, with the matter. Yeah, the Doll 133, when I bought it years and years and years ago, they used to say that they had a blade replacement. And now you can't find the blade replacements. And the website itself says the blade lasts about 3 years and then it gets too dull to use. I wish they hadn't that you could find the blade replacements for them, because I think mine needs a blade replacement too, but mine's only a little over a year old, so I think it just needs to be cleaned. That is your sharpener is either too full or there's something getting in the way. Mine does that too, and usually if I empty it and dust it out, because sometimes the shavings get up into that where that little trap door grips on, and if there's shavings up there, it won't won't hold. So make sure that you've emptied it, taken it apart, dusted it all out to get those shavings out of there. If that makes sense. I'll show you here in just a moment if you want me to. Yeah. Yeah, if it's been emptied recently, just dust it out. Like take the barrel out and dust that off, and make sure that all the shavings inside are dusted away from the top of the mechanism. Alright, now we're going to use deep red. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, absolutely. If you have a can of air, give it a good blast with a can of air. It'll blow everything out of it, especially all those little tiny microscopic little shards of dust. Good idea, dear. Yeah, I do too. I have a special brush that I use to clean it all out with. Well, not a special brush, just a makeup brush that I use specifically for doing that. Absolutely no problem at all, Sassy. But if you're having troubles with, a buildup of something like Sassy is, a blast of air will definitely blow it all out, so you don't have to deal with it anymore. All right, now go over this area here a little bit more too. It's just not looking red enough to me. My brain keeps on saying, ah, white spot. And I know I need it there, but it's driving me crazy. Hi, Stacy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, that happens. It happens to me a lot. I ring the bells and I never get notifications. Or, with some people, like Tammy and things like that, I get my notifications days later. Not just hours later, but days later. Like Yvonne's videos and her live streams. I have rung her bell, I've taken it off and rung her bell again, and still I don't get the notifications until after it's fully uploaded. So when you have a live stream, it's not uploaded until after you're finished being live, and it goes through all of its checks and everything else and downloads. I don't get a notification until after that happens, which is just weird. Because I know other people are getting notifications for it that are in the US. But I've tried everything. I've unsubscribed, resubscribed. I've rung the bell, unrung the bell, rung the bell again. It's just weird. Yeah, yeah, just little short blasts. The nutcrackers scare you? I'm sorry, Stacy. I don't know why it blocked that. That's just weird. We'll tip his head, tip up the camera so you can't see their faces too much. There we go. This little short one is just, it's not happening. Sorry. Okay, so now we're going to put a black cord on his jacket here. Or his cape, I guess it is called. And these are the only fabric parts, other than his ropes down here, which are chains, and everything else is painted. So everything else I'm going to be doing with a solid, not leaving the white spot type of thing. Yeah, exactly. I do too. I always have issues with it. I'm forever in the top chat party, just having a good old time. Sometimes even on my own stream. All right. Hi, Sarah. Welcome, welcome. All right. So now, because of the fact that this is all going to be painted, um, the way to color it is a little bit different. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our gray. So I'm going to use cold gray number 5, and I'm going to do the shadow areas. And I'm going to fill in those shadow areas with the gray. So the material on these areas of the object is just paint. So we're going to put in the shadows, which the artist has lovingly put in for us with these little lines. Move you around a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm not doing it extremely hard, just hard enough to make sure that that color is there, because we're going to be blending into it with some red and blue and whatever other color we're going to be coloring these with. Except for down here where it's going to be black because of his boots. And what we're going to be coloring with the black, we'll be adding the Payne's gray for our highlight area, which is here and here. And doing the majority of that with the black color. No, they're not going to get you. I promise. I won't let them. I'll erase their teeth. Just make sure that when you're coloring down here that you don't go too far into the hand or anything like that. So normally with clothing you would color the edges of the clothing to create that shadowed effect. Now I think that this belt is the only piece that isn't painted on the clothing itself, but it may be painted. It may just be painted this way. And I think I'm just going to leave it and call it painted that way. So now we're going to do the belt first. So let's get some black. And I'm using a fairly heavy hand to make sure that I get really heavy coverage. Because I don't want any white spots showing, and I will be going over this with a blending pencil just to get it completely burnished into the paper. Of course, the only difficulty with doing this with the Faber-Castells is that they're an oil-based pencil, so they're a little bit harder. So going with a heavy hand and building that color up can get frustrating. You just have to remember that as you're putting down the color, you're going over it and over it and over it until there is absolutely no more tooth showing. And it'll show nice and black. Oh, what did I miss? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the children say we need another one, and the children will not be looking after the other one. I will be, so we're not getting another one. That's how it is here, too. No more babies. I got enough. There's enough for babies in this house. I don't need any more. So I just went over the buckle with the silver. And dusted it off. Now we're going to take the red, and I'm going to take a really deep red because I want his jacket to be really dark red. And we're going to do his jacket. Try avoiding his beard and the tassels because the tassels are gold. Or silver. Welcome back, Jennifer. Welcome back. So now we're just going down to the cuff area here. And I'm going right over top of that gray and blending it into that red. Making that red darker in those areas. And just keep going over it until you have the saturation and the depth of color that you want. And just remember that this is paint, so it's very flat. Alrighty, Christina, well, good luck with that, and I hope the move goes well. Thank you very much for being here. And I missed what Bob said no to. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's a hard no. So once the ones we have are gone, then I think we'll hold off on getting any more for now. Oh, the train says, yep, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Very, very good, dear. All right, so I'm just getting the color in here for the jacket. So I'm still using just the deep red. I'm not using any other color with it. I'm just using straight deep red, and I'm putting it down really heavy. And I'm going over top of that gray, which is giving me that shadow at the edges. May have been born yesterday, but it wasn't in the dark. I love that. So once again, going over everything. Trying to use a fairly heavy hand and making sure that everything is done with a really, really heavy amount of pigment. Because we're eliminating the white spot completely. We're just burnishing the heck out of the page is what we're doing. Now, I just thought of something that I forgot to think about beforehand, because I don't typically do this when I'm coloring in a book, is make sure that you have something behind your page. Now this has a single-sided pages, so I'm not too concerned about it. But if you have double-sided pages and you're doing this type of coloring, make sure that there's something behind your page. Otherwise, it is going to transfer your black onto the other side of the page here because you're pressing really hard. In some books, you will end up with a picture on the back side of the page. Alright. I need some coffee. So as you can see, it's a really, really vibrant red, and it's very no white at all. I have my brush. It's right here. I also have a hand. I needed coffee. So I'm just going through making sure that I've got all of that white spot taken care of. because unless you're going for a chipped paint look, the white spot's not so good. Yes, coffee. Coffee is very good. Going over top of that gray, making that edge dark. Oh, yuck. Joyce. Why would you want to do that? Do you have a lawnmower? I don't rake my leaves. I put the bag on the lawnmower. I pull all the leaves out from under the tree into the lawn, spread them out, and run them over with the lawnmower. Picks them all up nice and neat and tidy for me, breaks them all up, chuck them in the recycle bin or into the compost, and it's all done. Just put the leaf catcher or the grass catcher on the back of the lawnmower and off you go. Done in no time. Yeah, that's what I do. I do them with my mower. Just run them over. I get a giggle out of the people across the street because I sit there and watch him and the children raking and picking up all these piles and piles of leaves because they have a lot of trees in their yard. And I want to go over there and tell him, but then the children wouldn't actually do anything. So the fact that the kids are doing it is the only thing keeping me from telling him to do that. Wow, that is warm, Joyce. It's cold here. All right, so that's all that done. Now we're going to grab the silver and we're going to do his buttons. Like so. And the buttons in the middle too, while we're here. All right. Then we're going to take our white. Ooh. Yeah. I'm going to end up with some plants that are very confused. And I need to grab that red again. Okay, so I'm going to take the deepest red and I'm going to put it here, just because his beard is going to be shadowing that area. Let's just do that. There we go. Alright, now we're going to get some green. And we're going to use Hooker's Green. Hi, Mona. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, absolutely, lurk away. So we're going to use Hooker's Green. And we're going to finish the cabling on his shirt. With the Hooker's Green. Like so. Same with here. And down here. Oh. All right. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. All right, now we're going to take our black again and we're going to color in these black areas. I know they're already there, but if you don't color them in, they just don't look dark enough, if that makes sense. Just doesn't look like it's been done if you don't actually color it in. Sharpen my pencil. He does look like he's ready to club somebody, doesn't he? He does look ready to club somebody, that's for sure. just using straight black here, just going over top of the black that the artist has put in there. Alright, now we're going to take, should we do the shirt, or should we leave it white and just do these little marks on the black areas here, these little X's? He does look a little stiff, doesn't he? So I think I'm just going to take some gold and I'm going to just color these X's in here. Of course, this is not the best color gold, and I might go over it with some gel pen later. We'll see. It's one thing that the Faber-Castells are not known for is their metallics. Alright, I'm going to leave it white. Leave it white and I'll just color in these areas here with some gold. And as you can tell, I'm not a very quick colorist. Been here for an hour and a half and I've barely got one nutcracker colored. Right, now we're going to do his hands. And I just used the light flesh there. And I'm just going to use the cinnamon on our edge. The reason why I'm putting a shadow here is because typically there's an indent in the structure of the nutcracker that has a little hand sticking out of. So they're not normally flush with the arm, if that makes sense. Excuse me. I think my tummy just decided, hey, I'm going to gurgle. That one sounded loud to me. And this, of course, has the shadow from the cape, as well as up here from the arm. Hi, Bobby. Not sure if you're trying to tell me something there, Bobby, or if you're trying to spam something. I'm not sure. I'm just going back and forth with the two skin tones, the light and the cinnamon. There we have it. Now we're going to use a dark blue for his pants. Should I go with dark blue or should I do the green, the hooker's green that I did for the striping? Actually, let's do his shoulder pads first. Do his tassels here in silver. Just like the buttons. Sharpen this up. Hooker green. That's what I'm thinking too. All right. So I'm going to sit back here for just a second. All right, so where did it go? Ah, there it is. So I just put up a poll, blue or green. Put your answers in the poll. I'm going to run it for 30 seconds, and whoever wins, I'll color it that color. Starting, no, because I don't want to go too long. So blue or green. So I'm going to either do dark blue or a hooker's green. I already did the hooker's green on there, so that's the one I'm leaning towards. Okay, so the time is up. Last chance to get your votes in there. And green won. So it'll be green. So I'll get these pants done, hopefully before we have to go. I don't know if Evelyn is streaming today. Or not. What happened there? How did blue win? Wait a minute. It said green won. It lied to me. Well, we'll put blue on here. We'll do his kneecaps blue. Darn poles are fibbers. Yeah, it was weird. It was green, wasn't it? Pretty sure it said green. It said green, and then YouTube had its own vote, I guess. Went, no, not green. Yes, I actually spoke to her in text message this morning. She had a bunch of tests to do yesterday and that sort of thing, day before yesterday. She's been a little busy. She hasn't been feeling the greatest, but she's had all sorts of appointments and stuff getting ready for things. So I'm just constantly going over this, adding layer after layer after layer, getting that white spot down, making sure that I get all of the areas filled in. Now this area here is going to be black because that's where the inside of his kneecaps are going to be. So, you know, when you have a wooden doll, there's a little gap there so that the knees move, so that the legs can flex and move around. So we'll do that black. Or maybe we'll do it a blacky blue kind of color, since blue seemed to have won without, me noticing. We'll do one leg red, green, and the other leg blue. That'd be interesting. But green and red are the Christmassy colors, so we'll do another fellow. We'll do this fellow blue. I think so. I think she's been getting some coloring done. I don't know. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to her directly on the phone. Um, I spoke to her for a little while as she was heading off to one of her appointments, but I haven't had time to. She hasn't had time to actually sit down and chat. So. I'm going to give her a call afterwards because she did send me a text message this morning and I need to answer her question, but yeah, she's been She's been around. She usually is in lurk mode if she does watch the video, if she is in a live stream, just because sometimes she just doesn't feel well enough to chat too much. Alright, so there's our first leg all done. I'm going to tip you forward here so you can actually see. Now we're going to do some black here. And before I go, I'm going to show you how to highlight this. Because it is paint, it's going to have a very reflective quality to it. Instead of absorbing that and just putting off a little bit of light, it's going to put off quite a bit of reflective light. So if there's any sort of light sources, which we can tell there is because of the direction of the shadow, there's going to be some areas that have a light reflection. So I'll finish up these areas and then we'll show you how that looks. Alright, now we're going to actually do the band on his shoes. No. I was thinking we would do it a different color, but that's really not the way they go. So I'm just taking the gray and I'm going up the center of the top of the shoe because these shoes are going to be black. So I'm going to take my black and I'm going to fill that in. Now I didn't do that here because that's underneath and inside of the leg. Just getting the black on here and blend it into that gray. Trying not to get it onto the wooden stand. Like so. Like that. Now, I'm going to take the white and we're going to do some highlights. So as you can see, from up here on the hat, there's a light source that comes down this side. So your light area is going to be over here. So basically what that is when you have something solid that is got that glossy paint on it, when the light hits it, it's going to put that white shine on it. And that's basically what that is. You just use a white pencil. I'm just using the Faber-Castell white, and it's just giving that reflective shine for the contours. So where it's curving, it's going to give a bit of a curve. Where it's straight, it's going to be a straight line. And even if it's, like I said, a Faber-Castell white or a different color of white, as long as it's a white, it will give you that definition that you're looking for there. Now I'm just looking for this one. Just going to take my blender and I'm just going to make sure that all of that white spot is gone off of the areas that are painted. Not going over top of that white or of course the silver with my red colors because we don't want them to be red. Just gently going over that white just to remove the edge that was on it. It had a weird edge. And if I have darkened it up too much, I'll go back over it with the white. Same within here. Just removing as much of that white spot as we can. Leaving it in the cape, but just removing it from everywhere else because everywhere else is supposed to be nice and shiny and dark. Like so. And there we have most of Oh, awesome. That'd be cool. So we've done most of one. Nutcracker. And I don't think I did very good on the felt, but now I'm not removing all of the white spot, but I am flattening it down a little bit. Just so it doesn't look unfinished, if that makes sense. All right. This one is just the Derwent blender. This is just the Derwent blender pencil. I don't know where I put my Caran d'Ache. I stuck it somewhere. I don't remember where. Not like I don't have a billion of them. It's just this one was handy. I like this one because I can blend without removing that white spot a lot, just with a light hand, but I can definitely remove all of the white spot with a heavier hand if I need to. It's my second favorite blender. The Caran d'Ache is my favorite, but the Derwent is my second favorite, especially for oil-based pencils. Alright, so I did his hat as well. And I'm just going to go the opposite direction just to make sure that there's no lines from the blender. Alright, let's switch you over to the main camera so you can actually see what we did. And there he is so far. I just got to do his other leg and I'll get that done in a little bit. Hello, Be Familiar. I am sorry if I missed you come in, darling. So there is our first nutcracker. You know what really makes me giggle? Is there's 3 nutcrackers up here and not a single nut in sight. There's no nuts there. Oh, you're not late? There's never late. I think I'm going to grab a gel pen and do the buttons with the gel pen just so they shine a little bit better. I think I might do the same thing with the gold too. Just so it looks a little more gold. That's the one thing I don't like about the Faber-Castell metallics, is they're just not as shiny as I'd like them to be. And then we'll take the gold too. Where are you, gold? Golden. And we'll just take a little bit of gold here as well. Just give a little bit more. Some of these lines are really small, so. My dog is on the couch snoring loudly. Alright. I think that looks a little better. At least you can see the gold areas. They look more gold anyway. There we go. Ooh, well, have fun, Alex. They did their jobs already. Yeah, they already cracked all the nuts. Well, have fun going and getting your tree today, Alex. Alright, guys, I am coming to the end of my stream time. Like I said, I don't know if Evelyn is streaming today. If she is, please go over to Evelyn's stream. I'll list her channel. If you're not already a subscriber of her channel, make sure that you go over and hit that subscribe button and show her some love. If I could get my chat thing to work. All right, Joyce. Well, don't take too long raking. But go on over to Evelyn's channel if you haven't already been there before and hit that subscribe button. I don't know if she's streaming today, but normally she is after me on Saturdays. But she's taken some time off, so I don't know if she's streaming today or not. If she is, I will see you over there. If not, make sure you subscribe. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching and have a fantastic day. The next one, if she isn't streaming, is Amazon Tammy, and she will be on in approximately an hour. And there is maybe. Let's see if I can get it to give you Tammy's. And all right, so one of these. Okay, yeah, I didn't have a notification from her either, but sometimes she just comes up. But I don't know if she's streaming back to streaming or not, so I haven't heard from her. And that is Amazon Tammy's channel, and she will be on in approximately an hour if she is streaming, and she doesn't usually put her notifications out until just before she streams. So if you aren't a member of Amazon Tammy's channel and you want to subscribe to her, make sure you go on over there and hit that subscribe button as well. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the wonderful, wonderful coloring of a nutcracker. I will finish his leg and his shoe and maybe his pedestal, and then next time we'll come back and work on one of the other ones and then do the chimney and the backdrop here a little bit. I don't know why they've got stones there, but whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. And of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That is, of course, the best way possible to support the channel. Another way, of course, is with purchases from our 3D store. One of which is this one here, which was created specifically for December and for the Christmas holidays. It is only going to be available during that time on sale. So it is on sale for $75 instead of $85. And this is for U.S. residents because I can't ship outside of the U.S. right now. And of course, we also have available for the Christmas season the swatch book. The swatch book is made with 67-pound cardstock, 127 GSM, no, 147 GSM, and it is $49.99. Of course, both of those are purchasable by contacting me via email. And that's the last advertisement, I promise. All right, guys, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now, guys.